Good morning, guys. All right, so we've actually got a few decent gappers this morning. There's CUR, WATT, SPPI, PME, all decent gappers right now. WATT is probably moving the most, as well as CUR. PME is not moving too bad. It doesn't look too bad this morning. What's up, Marty? The Unknowns, Dog, 7. What's up, guys? All right, I'll go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. Yeah, we actually got a few decent gappers this morning, so we got some volume. More stuff's definitely moving than yesterday. All right, so there's my watch list. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm going to see if any of these are actually tradable on TradeNet. Okay, so I know I can trade quite a few. Sorry, guys. I'm adding my watch list to Twitter and Facebook. All right, done. So yeah, so I know some of these are definitely tradable on TradeNet that I've traded before. Biggest one's probably WATT is tradable. CUR is tradable. PME unfortunately is not. SPPI is. NXTD is. VBLT is. LOD unfortunately is not, but it's a 30-cent stock, and so I didn't really expect it to be. SELB. HEAR is not. And so yeah, we got about 3 stocks that aren't on my watch list. The rest are 3 stocks that I'm not able to trade on TradeNet. The rest I'm actually able to trade, so that's a good thing to hear. I'm watching CUR for maybe an overextended short. WATT, same plan. If I could trade PME, I would look for that one for the overextended short as well. Good morning, Enrique. What's up, man? Good morning, Power Zone. What's up, guys? APOP. All right, give me a second. I'll look at it. Yeah, I mean, APOP moved a lot yesterday. Didn't move a lot during the market hours. Now it's just kind of sitting there above 7, but it just doesn't have that much volume at all, so I don't really like APOP, to be honest. But everybody's different. Everybody will kind of build their own watch list. Yeah, CUR is tradable. INS. Yeah, CUR, I am able to trade that one on TradeNet. So, can trade it. Yeah, I can trade a majority of the stocks on my watch list this morning. WATT, CUR, SPPI. I can trade NXTD. It's at $2 now. VBLT at $2.20. I can trade both of those, I believe. Let me see. Alright, but moving on, yeah, I can trade those as well. So, like I said, there's a decent amount of penny stocks that actually are tradable on TradeNet. You can see BBLT, small gap, 220 stock, but it's tradable, so. What's up, T-Dot? Yeah, I haven't been using hotkeys, INS. Robert, it's all on you. It's all on what you like playing the most, or what you like trading on the most. Sorry. Some people are going to like SureTrader better. Some people are going to like TradeNet better. Some people are going to like smaller brokers like Ustock better. Some people are going to like Robinhood better. And so it just depends. I like TradeNet because it's a real platform with $3 commissions, you know. That's basically why I use it, and they allow me to short compared to a lot of other discount brokers that don't. But yeah, let's look up to see why some of these are moving this morning. All right, so start things off. Let's look up PME. All right, PME started moving yesterday. And the reason PME is moving reports quarter 4 EPS 0.006.11 in same quarter. Last year sales 16.4 million versus 13.4 million or 0.2 million, so better sales. Higher quarter 4 sales versus a year ago. And that's why it's up. CEO earnings call, Marine Enterprise expects to significantly increase its current production capacity. So it looks like it was good earnings and good quarterly results, and then they just kind of added a few puff pieces to it to make it push up more. I think that's kind of what PME is doing now. Like I said, I think it was good results, good quarterly earnings compared to last year. And then they just put out a few press releases saying that they were going to increase capacity and stuff like that to try to push the stock up more. At least that's my take on it. It says PME gets okay for 27 fishing vessels to operate in international waters of Indian Ocean. So that's good news as well. Now let's move on to CUR. Alright. CUR, which stands for Neural Stem Inc., completes first surgery in cervical cohort of phase 1 trial in patients with chronic spinal cord injury. And so that's good news. It completed its first surgery. And it also, it announced that it completed its first surgery in cervical cohort of phase 1 clinical trial in patients with chronic spinal cord injury. And so that's good news for CUR. We'll see if it continues to push up. VBLT. Alright, so VBLT is to present late-breaking research at the American Association for Cancer Research 2018 annual meeting on April 16th. And so VBLT is supposed to, like I said, is supposed to present at a conference in a week or so, maybe a little bit under a week. And so, maybe a little bit of a puff piece with VBLT, but it's not gapping up too much. So we'll see how it acts at the open. WATT started moving yesterday in pre-market. And it looks like the reason it's moving is because it gets the FCC certification for near-field wireless charging transmitter. Stock jumps 20% in after hours. Alright, so it received a certification on WATT. That's why it's ultimately moving up some. And so I'm going to watch it under this $20 level for a potential short, maybe over this 21.61 level for a potential long. we'll see what happens with it. This one's a former runner, so it could very easily push up, but I'm definitely going to be watching it kind of for a short. We'll see. All right, moving on. There's also LODE, which is a little cheap penny stock. Going to be watching for it, though. Alright, it says Comstock Mining advances Lucerne Strategic Mining Joint Venture. And so that's ultimately why LODE is gapping up. So at least it had a catalyst, you know. That's always good to see, at least. What's up, Track Racer? What's up, Dog Dog? SELB, very interesting. SELB. Yeah, this one's on my watch list as well, on my right monitor. Let's see why it's gapping down so much, though. SELB. Alright, so SELB presents positive new data from ongoing phase 2 trial in development for chronic severe gout at PANLAR 2018 Congress. It's a pretty big press release. There must be something in there that investors didn't like. Okay, it also put out another one this morning. Selector reports data from mid-stage trial of SEL 2012 to start late stage this year. Shares tumble. So that's ultimately why the stock is dropping, is because it reported some data on its trial. And so I guess they didn't like what they saw in that press release or in that conference that they announced in. Robert, I use Thinkorswim. If you go to Thinkorswim, let me see if I can pull it up here. All you have to do to search for news on a specific stock is you go right here to live news, you click this, you go to switch gadget, and you just go to live news. And then I can type in any stock, and it'll tell me the news on that specific stock, and I can just look it up, you know. Really cool thing Thinkorswim offers, allowing you to do that. CHFS. Oh, I do like CHFS. Good call. This one's going to go right here. WATT is going to go here. So, yeah, we actually have... I know I can trade CHFS too. And so I actually have some up gappers to possibly short, depending on how much they go up. You know, all of them are up around over 10% so far. And so we'll see if they continue or if they end up dropping. Going to be watching for shorts, obviously. But we'll see. You know, some of these, like especially WATT, if you look at the daily chart for WATT, this one's definitely a former runner. It's ran in the past. You can see it went up to 33.50 in December of last year. I remember watching it go up, and it ran 2 days in a row. And so, you know, this thing's a former runner. It could easily start pushing up again, so I'm going to be careful with it. CUR as well. I've seen this one push up before as well. You can see in December of last year, this thing went up to 314 or 315. Usually fails after its pushes, though, so we'll see what happens here. CHFS, this one moved a few days ago. If you look at the 5-day chart, or the 5-minute chart, it gapped up on Thursday of last week all the way to 365. Ended up failing, but, you know, this gap up looks a little bit better, but at the same time, I'm definitely more short biased with this one usually. It never really holds its gains, and so we'll see what happens. Yeah, on TradeNet, CHFS is shortable. What's up, Jonathan? Let me see. Try to find a small gapper. Maybe VBLT, maybe, you know, tiny gap right, as of now, but it was gapping up more. Maybe VBLT. Let me look to see if I can see any other potential longs. PTN. I like PTN for a long. Although it's a little extended in the last few days, but it's a small gap, which is kind of what I look for. It's gapping up from 144. It's at 155 now. And plus that support at 150 might help keep it above that. So maybe, you know, we'll see if it drops some at the open and then breaks these two highs right here. Maybe PTN. Maybe LODE. You can see LODE. Although the gap's a little bit bigger with this one, but I'm kind of looking to see if this thing will push back up and test that 34-cent level. Although this one, a little bit bigger gap. CASI. Yeah, I mean, CASI ran a little bit in the last few days. It ran a lot yesterday, up to 759. Today it's back down to 650. And so we'll see, you know. Yeah, CHFS is shortable. And I mean, some of these could very easily push up as well, especially WATT. I've seen that one run a lot in the past. And so some of these could push up too. I'm just more short biased with them. That's just what I'm used to, you know. TBK gapping down. Guys, look at VTVT here. Look how huge this gap down is from 326 all the way to 1. You keep an eye on that one. Alright, so CUR breaking under $2. I don't know if I like it as much now. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it pushes back up and holds. Kind of looking at ACAD here as well. Things definitely been moving a lot in the last few days. Let's look to see why ACAD is gapping down this much. It doesn't really say. Alright, so raises concerns about safety risk and risk of death. Shares plunged 27%. So yeah, it put out concerns about safety risk and safety and risk of death, and that's what ultimately caused the shares to plunge. It's a bio stock. And it had a lot of bad reactions to the drug, and so that's ultimately why ACAD is moving. But honestly, that's legitimately bad news, and so it's kind of warranted for the stock to drop this much. I would usually kind of look for a bounce play, but with this bad of news, you know, we'll see what happens. CLBS, what's up, Sean? But yeah, I mean, Jonathan, I can't ever say which ones are going to go up and down. I like to kind of react to what I see at the open more than trying to predict what the stock's going to do. I like to just kind of react to what it does do. If I was going to look for one to go long, I think PTN would be one of the ones I looked for, just to see if this thing continues to push up. But it's a little extended from yesterday. We'll see. Maybe VBLT as well, LODE. Maybe PME if it breaks this 450 high of pre-market, you know. But I'm usually short biased with these overextended stocks, and so we'll see, you know. BIOC. Yeah, BIOC is gapping up a small amount. It's not moving too much. Usually it does. Usually stocks like this don't move that much the next or when the open happens. Although sometimes they do. You know, just from my experience, at least what I'm used to, it doesn't. So we'll see what this one does. BPMX not moving too much. HEAR had a huge day yesterday. I'm actually looking for this one to come back down some. I think this one's Turtle Beach. I actually have some of their headphones. Can't trade it on TradeNet though. I think I'm out of trades on Robinhood too. That's rough, Matt. You're out of day trades, Matt. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Farhan. Alright guys, so yeah, a few decent movers this morning. We have a few decent gappers. I'm going to look to short a lot of these though, depending on how they act. Maybe go long, it all just depends. But I have a decent amount of options today, which is always a good thing. I think I can even trade PTN too, so I can trade a large majority of my watch list today. I think I'm out of day trades on Robinhood. Let me see. I'm still holding AVEO. I put an order into exit. What? Hold on, guys. Oh, my order didn't get filled. I'm out of day trades. Oh no. Well, I guess I can sell it now, but I put an order in yesterday to sell AVEO. And I'm out of day trades, it says. And so, I mean, I'm still up. Luckily, it didn't drop too much, and it's gapping up some, but I'm going to unload this right at the open. Bummer. I think it would count as 2, Matt, but you would have to ask your broker. VTGN, Penguin. Sand. I kind of like VTGN. Small gap, but around 10%. But I kind of like this one. See if it picks up some more volume in pre-market. SAN, VTGN. Yeah, I don't know if I like SAN. I mean, usually these little bitty gaps don't do much, but I'll watch it regardless. Yeah, you can see this stock always kind of has these little tiny gaps, but it never really follows through. So BTGN is tradable on TradeNet as well. ECTY. Yeah, my wife bought me a pair of Turtle Beach headphones a while back for I think it was for Christmas one year. She bought me a nice pair of Turtle Beach headphones for my Xbox. And so I have a pair. They're pretty cool. I like them, you know. I don't wear them that much just because I have kids and they kind of drown out my kids, so I can't hear them if I'm watching them. So Yeah, man. I mean, it's tough. You gotta ask the broker though. The broker may count it as two. To me, it sounds like two. To me, it sounds like it should essentially only be one. But I think the broker does count it, in fact, as two. You know, it may only count as one though. Thinking about it though, you'll have to ask the broker. I don't want to say yes or no. I really don't know that much. I don't know if they would count it as that or not. ECYT. Yeah, let's look at the daily. Crazy push on ECYT in the last few days, though, or in the last few weeks. It's up from 327 all the way to 820 now. So this one, I mean, I feel like it should come down eventually, but it's had a lot of momentum. So we'll see. You can see PTN starting to push up some more. Honestly, though, the more this thing pushes up in pre-market, the less long biased I am. Just because if it continues to push up and becomes extended by the time pre-market rolls, or by the time the opening rolls around, I just don't like it as much. I would prefer the gap to remain small but have decent volume. Those are the setups I like for longs. Like for long setups, I want to see the stock have a very small gap, maybe even break even, but I want to see it moving a lot, like moving more than it usually does. That way it's not extended, but it has the volume to actually go on a run the next day. At least that's what I look for with long setups. Uh, I'm assuming that's VTGN Penguin. Received European patent regarding methods of production for AV101 44 minutes ago. Market Wire. Alright, I'll check it out. Yeah, VTGN. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like it. It's gapping up a small amount. I kind of like it for a long, but we'll see. No telling really what that thing's gonna do. Yeah, that's VTGN. And I talked about this one earlier. It's at 107 now. High is at 111. Gapping up from about 198.20 to be exact. And so it's gapping up about 9 cents. Which is right around 10%. But I like this one for a long setup. Although I don't think I can trade this one. I can trade this one. So yeah, this is a good example. Like VTGN is $1. It closed yesterday at 98 cents, and I still can trade it on TradeNet. So some penny stocks are tradable. HEAR, I'm kind of watching this one for a long as well. I mean, it's gapping up more than 10%, but it had such a big fall from its highs of yesterday. Like yesterday, its highs were 575 way up here, and then it gave all of that back. And so now it's kind of starting to rebound some. We'll see if it continues at the open, but I'm going to be very careful. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of gappers this morning. I think the reason why is because the SPY is gapping up. You can see most stocks follow the market. And so you can see the SPY is gapping up a pretty big amount, which is good to see. We've kind of been in limbo here with the SPY the last few weeks. It's kind of just been sitting back and forth in between here and here, not really moving at all, consolidating in between this 266 level and this 254 level. So you can see it's in between there now, but it's gapping up, which causes a lot of the other stocks in the market to follow and gap up as well. So Penguin, Thinkorswim is kind of I know you could paper trade with Thinkorswim, and I know there's a way to get real time paper trading quotes on Thinkorswim, but you might have to look it up on YouTube. Honestly, I have no idea how, but I've heard some people say that Thinkorswim will allow you to paper trade with real time. Although my paper trading is still delayed for some reason. But yeah, Thinkorswim on demand is a really good practicing option as well. It allows you to replay days in the market, and so you can go to a specific date and like say if I wanted to go to last Monday and trade the market, it will let me with on demand. I can build a watch list for last Monday, go to last Monday in the market and effectively replay that market day. I can trade the open, I can buy, I can sell. It'll show up in my P&L and everything like that. And so it's a really good practice tool. Is the on-demand feature with Thinkorswim. TNDM with Catalyst, T-Dot. Let's look it up. It's starting to wash some actually. It just dropped down to 582. Let's look up to see why this one's moving. Alright, so TNDM announces preliminary first quarter 2018 results. And then there's a press release on it. Okay, so yeah, TNDM reported Tuesday preliminary quarter one sales of 27 million, up from 19 million in the same period last year. This is ahead of the 25.1 million Street View. It's also going to be reporting its first quarter 2018 financial and operating results on April 26th after the market closes. So it's not gapping down, but it's just pulling back a lot. And so maybe it was overbought. Maybe somebody's starting to get out right now, so we'll see. I believe so, Penguin. You would have to speak with Thinkorswim. I can't talk right now. You'd have to talk with Thinkorswim. I opened it for free. It doesn't cost anything a month. You have to have an account with Thinkorswim, and so I don't know how that's going to work for you. Maybe talk to your parents, or go that route, just so you can practice on it. But it's 100% up to them. But yeah, that's the smart route to take, is to practice. I always try to tell people, if you're a new trader, you're most likely going to lose your entire first account. And there's not really much you can do about it, And so you have to be okay with losing that initial money. Very few traders will succeed from the get-go. And so you got to be okay with losing that first account. Yeah. And good, Chad. Yeah, it's got volume. It's heading down, though. I mean, it's up so much in the last few days. It's up from 3 cents. And so it's maybe starting to pull back some. Crucial levels right there at 6 cents. We'll see what happens with the MVCN. Alright guys, we got about 5 minutes left. A lot of decent gappers this morning to possibly short is what I'm looking for. KONE had a nice push yesterday. It's kind of pulling back some. QCOM gapping up some. ROKU gapping up some. SELB gapping down. Yeah, I think somebody asked me about pay. The reason this one isn't really on my watch list is because it's an acquisition, I believe. Let me look it up, but I'm pretty sure PAY is an acquisition. And when you see a stock get acquired like this, most of the time it is very, very slow moving and it just doesn't move that much. I mean, there are outliers, I guess. But most of the time when a stock, I saw this one yesterday when I was building my watch list. Yeah, it's an acquisition. So Verifone agrees to a 3.4 billion private equity acquisition by Francisco Partners. So a lot of times when a stock gets acquired like this, it just doesn't move that much at all. So that's the only reason it's not on my watch list. I may keep an eye on it still, but it's not, something I'm going to be watching actively. I might glance over at it to see if it's moving at all, I have no idea about Facebook. 7. JAGX. Look at JAGX here. If you like these cheap penny stocks, this one's moving. It's moving a decent amount too. I'm running out of space on my computer here. Running out of room. We just got so many movers. Look at this. A lot of volume, big push up, big percentage move here. Roughly about 22%, it looks like. From where it closed at 1780, so pretty big move so far. A lot of volume. A little cheap stock. I don't think I can trade it on Robinhood. But it's moving nice, so we'll see what happens with it. Good morning, Tiny. What's up, man? Yeah, a lot of people watch Warrior Trading Penguin. Yeah, no worries. Just whatever you do, just don't spam, But yeah, he's got good videos. I'm not going to hate on him or be weird about it. Alright, so a big pullback on JAGX here. What's up, Marquise? Where you been, man? Exactly, Track Racer. That's exactly why. Good explanation. But yeah, that's basically why. They set a price, and then once it gets hit, nobody wants to buy it over the price, and so it just kind of stays there. I've gotten really excited watching gappers before I knew they were acquisitions. And at the open, I'm just kind of like, man, why isn't this thing moving? But it makes sense if you look at, if you look at the fact it's an acquisition and it has a certain price. Yeah, sorry, I had to delete that comment, Marquise. I hope you understand, man. But no, good to hear back from you though. Yeah, it's been hectic with me and my kids, man. They've been sick a lot, as always. All right, market's opening up in 15 seconds, guys. Good luck, everyone. Let me get ready. Okay, good luck, everyone. Hope we can all make some money today. Market's opening up right now. We'll be watching CHFS here. WATT starting to fall. I'm going to have to jump out of this trade now. So a much smaller gain than I originally had on AVEO. Kind of bummed out about it. But I ran out of day trades and I didn't even realize it. Alright, so I'm watching CUR here, WATT, and CHFS. Gonna try to give it some time. WATT washed it too quick. It didn't really give me an entry with it, but my trade idea was correct with it. Was looking for it to wash. Just no entry as of now. Watching CUR, CHFS. But man, look at WATT crumble here. SELB's running up. Jonathan, if you're still here, you can see SELB is pushing pretty strong. But man, look at WATT fill this gap. And there goes CHFS. Pushing up, trying to break the high of the day. There goes CHFS. Running up big. Trying to at least. Big move on CHFS. Usually this thing fails. We'll look to see if it eventually drops back down to fail some. Only problem is that WATT just didn't give me an entry. So now I'm watching CUR under this low of the day here at 188 or 187. See if it drops under that. Maybe jump in with 100 shares. There's a pullback up on WATT, but this thing's dropped so much already, I don't want to chase the short. But man, look at CHFS run here. A lot of volume. A lot of up wicks on it though. Alright, there's a pullback on CUR. WATT may be breaking under the low of the day here again. Alright, so there's CHFS's drop. And CUR. Watching CUR and CHFS really closely here for a low of the day break. They're both pulling back pretty big. Alright, so I'm in CHFS here with 100 shares. Trying to use a little bit larger sizing here. It cracked the low of the day. We'll see if it continues here on the way down. I don't like this push back up though. CHFS also just has really low volume, so not sure if I necessarily trust it anymore. Gonna plan to get out CUR if it breaks this right here, this 196 level. Maybe time to bounce out, especially if it starts to head the other way. Which it looks like it's trying to do. Just gotta have the patience with it. If not, you know, I'm testing out bigger sizing, but we'll give it a little bit of time here, see if CUR ends up failing. Alright, I'm going to get out of CUR here and maybe jump in CHFS because this is kind of what I look for with these shorts. Maybe not. I guess I'll wait, but that's kind of what I look for with it. There's another drop down to 88. CHFS is kind of lingering around that $3 area as well. If it drops under that, I may jump into it. MYSZ. Man, look at MYSZ. Good call. Look at this thing move. Crazy volume. Up to 154 on MYSZ. Still heading up to 158 on MYSZ, 157. There goes CHFS, trying to get under the low of the day here, but look at MYSZ run here. Crazy. Up to 168. up to 170 basically, 169. Still waiting patiently with CUR, see if it could drop under that low. Trying to wait for it, but not really moving too much. I'm going to set a stop at 198 for CHF or CUR. And then I'm going to start looking at CHFS here, especially if it drops onto 3. Trying to push up again. Maybe time to bow out of CUR if it continues here. Of course, the one day I decide to use bigger sizing, this setup doesn't work. Figures. Alright, that's time to get out of CUR there. Well, I tried to use bigger sizing. The one day I decide to, my setup doesn't work. Oh well. Still gonna watch CHFS here. PTN. Yeah, PTN's trying to push up. I can see it. Watching WATT for maybe a low of the day break here as well. But yeah, kind of aggravated. I was telling somebody about it. It's like every single time I'm like, okay, I'm going to use bigger sizing. That's the one time my setup doesn't work. And so then I get kind of scared out of it and end up getting out of the trade early. Not getting out of the trade early. So then I get scared of using big sizing and I go back down. But it's like I show consistent profits. It's like I'm consistent with gains. Make some nice gains. I may jump in CUR on the long side here. But I don't want to chase. I was just short in it. I don't know if I want to go long now. But yeah, it's like I show consistent profits with small size. And then finally when I'm like, okay, I've been consistent long enough, I'm going to use bigger sizing. The first trade I always get into when I use bigger sizing is a losing trade. And so then I'm always like, okay, well then I'm going to go back to using small sizing. WATT falling pretty hard here. Let me see. Maybe low of the day break. Or maybe it was just a fake out on CUR. Who knows? But yeah, it's like every time I try to use bigger sizing, I end up having a losing trade, and then I get scared back down to using small sizing. I'll still give it a try, let it work for a few days, try to use bigger sizing for the next few days, but I don't know if the market changes every time I do that or what, but definitely aggravating. Watching CHFS here under 3. Right, that's what I got to keep telling myself, Atheon. There's no difference. I might take a losing trade here or there, but I'll make it back in the long run if I'm consistent. All right, but look at SELB. This one's kind of shocking here. SELB. This one bounced all the way back to 1060. So nice move on it. PTN. Sitting there kind of forming a little channel there. Yeah, I just wish, like yesterday, there was 2 overextended stocks I wanted to short, and they weren't tradable on TradeNet. And then the ones that I am able to trade never fulfilled that pattern I'm looking for. WATT, I'm looking for a low of the day break here, but, you know, it's bouncing back and forth. Seems to have some resistance at that 1850 level. Now I'm kind of patiently waiting to see if there's another good setup. WATT trying to break the low again. AYTU. Yeah, AYTU's fallen. We'll see if it bounces back some. MNLO pushing up some. MNLO. It's at right around $9. Struggling to get over it. Put some moving averages on my chart. See if I can see if any of them are riding the EMA. Alright, so there goes PTN pushing up some more. Now I'm kind of patiently waiting for CHFS or maybe even CUR if it breaks the low of the day again. WATT, not that big of a fan of. It's pushing up pretty strong. Now, trying to hold over that 1850 level. DNR. DNR pushing up some. At 302. There goes CHFS. This is exactly what I was looking for. All right, there goes PTN breaking the high of the day. Of course, CUR starts heading the original direction I was looking for. Alright, so I'm in CUR again. We'll see if it ends up working out this time. Oh, I'm in 200 shares. Oh no. I did not mean to buy that many. I did not mean to buy that many shares of PTN. I only meant to buy 100, so this could hurt. What do you guys think? Do you think I should stay in CUR? I accidentally bought too many shares. Only trying to buy 100. Accidentally bought 200. If it starts to push up, it's going to hurt. Yes, Track Racer. I'm short. I got in when I broke the low. But used too many shares. Didn't want this many. Look at LODE. Broke the high of the day. See if we could break that 34-cent level. Yeah, Track, I'm short. That's rough, Power Zone. But man, the volume just died down on CUR. No volume now. Worried that when it does get volume and it's going to spike. I guess I could just sell half of CUR to get my initial position, but then I'm going to eat commissions. I mean, I know I should probably wait, but I need to work on my emotions when I'm using bigger sizing. Atheon, I'm in CUR short with 200 shares. Accidentally bought 200, really only wanted to buy 100, so mental mistake by me. I guess I could sell 100 shares. There we go. There's a nice drop in CUR. It's kind of what I was looking for. Why isn't TradeNet updating? What's up, Brian? Appreciate the sub, man. Welcome. I guess I'm going to hold CUR and try to let it work, but now I'm even more nervous in the trade just because I'm using too big of sizing. That's kind of what I was looking for, is a drop like this. We'll see if it continues here. Spreads bouncing back and forth between 185 and 183. Just low volume now. Kind of like CHFS better, but we'll see what happens. Just not moving too much. I kind of like CHFS dropping under this low right here. We'll see what happens. Oh no, I understand. Welcome. I welcome advice, man. There's the spread, got a little bit worse, so my $4 is gone on CUR. Thanks for the subscribe, Lewis. Appreciate it, man. WATT testing that low. I just don't know if today's the day for that setup to work as well. I don't want to see a move back up to 195. That's the biggest thing I don't want to see. It's kind of finding a bottom here is what I'm worried about at 180. Doesn't really want to get under it. Yeah, so this is TradeNet. So I use TradeNet as my executing broker. So I use Thinkorswim for charts, and I just use TradeNet to execute my trades. I'll try to give it a little bit more time here. Gonna try to be patient with CUR, see what happens. Start looking at some other stuff. Yeah, it happens, Jonathan. That's why, you know, a lot of times these gappers will, they'll have a strong push at the open. A lot of times these gappers will push up a small amount at the open, and then they'll completely wash out and break the low. And that's actually a short setup I like to get into. You can see when it broke this low here. It didn't. This one, I mean, today's honestly not a good day for this pattern. It doesn't seem like it, at least. Nothing really following through. A lot of the times he's a wash. I mean, WATT fell pretty hard, but just didn't give me an entry with it. So, you know, we'll see. Nice, Tiny. Good job, bro. Yeah, it's free to use. It's free to use Penguin. There's CUR waking up some now. Trying to have patience with it, but this thing's just not moving much. And it's continuously finds support at 180. So I don't know how I feel about it right now. Keeps bouncing back and forth. Plus I'm using too big of sizing to really be comfortable in the trade. Really 165, 170 is what I'm kind of looking for with CUR. Right around where it closed yesterday. Fill the gap. Maybe a little bit less than that. Maybe 170. You know, I just don't know how much room it has. Ideally, the gap would have been a little bit more like WATT. What's up, Stanley? Appreciate the sub, man. Welcome. No, I don't use market orders. I use limit orders. You can see it's set for limit. Usually, if you just click buy, even though there's no limit price, it will fill you on the ask or bid, depending on if you're going long or short. It's about that time to probably get out of CUR. Trying to be patient, but it's not moving at all. Appreciate the support, Atheon. Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta keep it in my. I gotta just remind myself of that I'm still relatively safe, and that I can always go back to using small sizing if I need to. It's like I said though. Every time I try to use bigger sizing, it's like I have a bunch of profitable, consistent trades using tiny sizing, and then every single time I ever try to move up in sizing, it's like I take a big loss my first one or two trades, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done using big sizing. I'm gonna go back to using small sizing, you know, and it happens over and over again. Penguin, I started trading about 2 years ago. Actively, I started trading about 8 or 9 months ago in August. I mean, I'm definitely still short biased with CUR. I still think it's going to wash, but it's just about whether I have that patience to hold through. Especially with 200 shares as opposed to 100 where I really tried to get into. Yeah, I hate losing, man. Yeah, I mean, I think any trader can relate to it. It's like when you have a green day in trading, the rest of your day's great. You're like, yeah, I can do this, you know, yada, yada, yada. And then when you have a losing day, you're like, I'm the worst trader in the world. I'm never going to succeed as a trader. Yada, yada, yada. So I think most traders can kind of relate to it. Spread's getting a little bit worse with CUR here. Of course, might be time to get out. Exactly, Brian. Yeah, it's kind of like poker. I love poker. I'm a poker player as well. And there's a famous quote in poker. It's you never remember your big winners, but you can always remember with excruciating detail your big losses. And so it's kind of like that. That's kind of exactly how trading is. You never really remember your big wins. You very vividly remember your big losses. And so, it's kind of how it is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it gets up to around 2, I'm definitely going to bail out of it. Definitely still short biased with it. If I look at the overall chart on the intraday area, I'm definitely more short biased with it. But it's just about whether I have the guts to hold it through. And I could very easily be wrong. It could easily push up like it's doing now. And so it just all depends. You never know. I'll wait, but this thing could start reversing and heading up. Oh yeah, 60. I paper traded a huge amount. I paper traded a lot before I started real trading. Sorry, yeah, I just got to get closer to the mic if you can't hear me. That might be a little bit better. But yeah, no, I've been consistent using small sizing. It's just every time I try to move up in sizing, I take big losses and then I get scared of big sizing and I always go back down to small sizing after that. So it's just kind of like a cycle. It's like consistent trades, consistent profits using small sizing. Let's try moving up to big sizing since I've been so consistent lately. The first 1 or 2 trades with big sizing, take a loss like today, $30 loss so far. And then it's like, okay, no more big sizing. I'm going to go back down to small sizing. And then I kind of stay small sizing for a while until I have the guts to work it up again. And then kind of vice versa. It's a cycle that happens most of the time, with me at least. But judging how everything's acting today, is the SPY up? No, SPY's choppy. Maybe that explains it. Yeah, I mean, I have different strategies that I use. The one that's been the most consistently profitable for me has been shorting overextended stocks at the open. And so that's the one that's probably been the best to me. And so that's kind of what I try to stick to, what works with me at least. Yeah, so I'm trying to be patient with CUR. We'll see what happens. I mean, I know I can be consistently profitable using small sizing. And so, I mean, if this doesn't work out, I'll just go back to using small sizing for a few days. If that works out, maybe try to give it a shot after that. LODE. LODE breaking the high of the day here at 34 cents, trying to break the high of pre-market. AYTU. Alright, so there goes LODE breaking the high of pre-market. Yeah, CHFS is falling hard, but we'll see how it acts. Big push back up on WATT. Alright, there's a drop back on CUR. That's good to see. We'll see if it eventually breaks the low like I'm looking for. Trying to have patience with it, but I don't know. The spread is just moving crazy because the volume is low. PTN. Man, PTN is washing out bad. Down to 147. The only thing I don't like about CUR now is that it has this down wick right here. It means a little bit of selling pressure. You know, this could be a pullback because it bounced right back up from 185. Spread, I don't really like the spread either. It's 4 cents, which is a pretty big spread for a cheap stock like this. That's not moving that much. See ya, Atheon. Later, man. CUR right back up. Maybe time to get out. Volume is just so done with it. There's just no volume. WATT coming back. Yeah, WATT trying to reverse here after a big fall at the open. And LODE is continuing to push up. Steady. Spread's getting a little bit better on CUR. Yeah, I think I'll give it one more day when I try to use bigger sizing. Well, you know, I mean, I'm a little biased. I'm in CUR going short now. And so, obviously, I want it to go down. But, you know, I don't want to sway you from your trade idea. So, whatever, you know, could push up, could push down. You never know. Gonna wait. Starting to drop now. Spread's getting a little bit better. Spread's down. The bid's down to 185. The ask is at 187. KONE. I see everybody talking about it. Sorry I haven't looked it up yet. KONE. And KONE's gap, it looks like it got halted this morning on KONE. Testing 9. Nice break over 9. We'll see if it holds. At 9:13 now. So KONE, you know, the textbook long setup with this one is the break over the whole dollar, holding the whole dollar of support, and then breaking this high right here at 9:36. All right, there goes CUR down to 182. Let's see, get under that low now. Spread's just not where I want the spread to be, though. Spread is 5 cents now in this stock. Getting a little bit better. Technically a profitable trade now. Yeah, riding the EMA. You can see KONE's riding that 9 EMA right now, bouncing off of it over and over again. We'll see if it can hold this time. Big drop breaking under the 8 EMA here. Not under the EMA at about 865. Alright, CUR down right around the low of the day. Let's see if this trade will turn around. See if KONE holds support at 850, just broke under it. That's kind of the level I'm watching for now, is this 850 point with KONE. Yeah, I'll go ahead and keep the stream going. Usually I close it down by now, but I'll go ahead and keep it going just to see how my CUR trade does. Right when I say that, it bounces all the way back to 187. KONE trying to bounce back here, sitting right at the EMA now at 880. It's trying to hold it as support still, but it's struggling. Yeah, it's struggling right here. The run might be done for KONE. Sitting at 870 now, trying to hold. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let the stream go until I get out of CUR, so you guys just can see how this trade went. Not really liking it so far. It found support again at 180. Kind of faked me out twice today. I had that first losing trade for a $12 loss. Kind of faked me out here when it broke under the low, down to 185, and then it faked me out here again. I mean, it bounced. Eventually went down to 181, but kind of faked me out a little bit. KO&E trying 9 again. There's the $9 break up to 917, 920. See if it can hold over 9 this time. It bounced off the EMA again. Sitting at 9, 9, 10, bouncing back and forth. Wants to keep going. We'll just see if it has the momentum. Volume picking up and a big drop. Sitting right at $9 now. CUR down to 182 again. See if we can finally break that low. Bounce back up to 184, but a lot of this is just the spread. The spread's 182 to 185, and so it can very easily, it just tightened up a little bit, 183 to 185. All right, there's 950 on KO&E. Big spike, breaking the high of the day. Big pullback immediately after. Brian, my commission is $3 per trade. Per round trip, to be specific. So in and out is only $3. So right now I'm down $15 on the day. A little bit less now, $13. And so spread got a little bit better for me on CUR. Down to 182. Nice. Let's see if we can get a low of the day break finally here. A big buy order on the bid at 182. So if it drops under that, hopefully we get some momentum. Big sell order at 185. All right, there's the high of the day break again on KO&E. It's still pushing up to 966 now, 972, 974. It's moving. No, Sam. So this is TradeNet. So $3 with TradeNet. TD Ameritrade, it costs about per round trip is about $12 or $14. I can't remember exactly, but it's something like that, 12 or 14. All right, KO&E still pushing up strong here. Up to 990. It's going to test 10. See, CUR might be done though. It's just not moving. It's right around the low of the day, but it's just not moving at all. There's a little pullback on KONE. It's still trying to push. Yeah. I think with TD Ameritrade it's like $6.95 per trade. And so I think it's like $14 if I remember correctly. For a round trip. But yeah, KONE holding that EMA. Kind of wish I could short HEAR here. I can't, but I kind of wish I could. Dropping under the low. But man, the volume is just non-existent on CUR. I may just set a stop loss with CUR and just let it sit. Try to give it time. It's just not moving at all. See you, Matt. Thanks for watching, bro. See you tomorrow, man. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set a stop loss, guys, and close the stream down. I guess I'll set it at 188. Tight stop. I guess 189. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Got a stop set on Kerr. I'll record it so you guys can see me and to see what happens if it does end up working out. And yeah, I gave it my shot. I'll probably try to use big sizing one more day, see how that works out. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button now. It definitely helps support us. We appreciate all the support we can get. And everybody do me a favor, if you like watching me day trade live on stream every weekday morning on YouTube, hit the like button right now on this video. It definitely helps support us. So if you could click the like button, we definitely appreciate it, guys. But yeah. Not a great day, down a little bit on the day. Not too bad considering I tried using bigger sizing. I'll probably get out with a $20 max loss. And so that's not too bad. I'll take it. CUR starting drop. We'll see what happens with it. I'll update you guys if it does turn out to be a profitable trade. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out at 189. So we'll see what happens. But again, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck for the rest of the day. Hit the like button to support this channel. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. See you all tomorrow, hopefully.